Okay, generally, when you guys are obsessed with something and I realize I'm not going to care, I usually just stop reading threads about it because it's not productive for my mental health and there's just no reason for it. But I decided yesterday, I was like, okay, let's read a thread. And oh my God, it's worse than I thought. Okay. You guys are unhinged. Fuck, what am I looking for? Oh, I've gotten a couple Europeans that are emailing me about this too, but I don't know if I want to.
Are you ready for Revenge of the Ralph?
Nope. I don't know if I want to get into this one. There was one guy that did it yesterday. Whenever we talk about who is white or who is not white, I always get Europeans that email me that are very mad about Americans' definitions of white. I'm not going to open up this huge can of worms. I'm just going to... White presenting as white, no. Okay, I've said this a million fucking times, okay? But Americans will never believe me. And I don't blame you, because I'm American, okay? But white is... I think our understanding of white in America is way different than how Europeans see white. It's just a totally different thing. We have like... We're like first graders when it comes to white, okay? We're doing like addition and subtraction, okay? Europeans are doing like Calc 3, Diffie-Q when it comes to fucking whiteness, okay? They have a far more complicated understanding. So here is a, I'll just read this email, okay? Destiny would 100% laugh at Hassan saying, "You all just hate me because I'm a POC. Fuck off." If, fuck. Okay, hold on. I can't engage with retards. Okay, I'm just gonna read this email. Okay. Hi, Steven. Longtime fan. Love your content. I've contacted you before about several issues. I'm the former Afghan refugee who's living in Germany. Maybe you remember me, Copium. I saw people in the sub arguing about whether Brittany is white or not, and thought my perspective might be valuable since I'm Middle Eastern and also grew up in Germany. I can't write on Reddit, though, unfortunately. Tanky's got my account banned 1 to 2 years ago. Oh, no. I saw some of this, but, well...
So, chat,
we'll look at this in a second. By the way, I'm pretty brown and look like a Muslim, but I grew up in Germany, speak fluent German. So for instance, if I speak on the phone with someone I haven't met in person, people kind of assume that I'm a white German if they only hear my voice and know my last name. It's old Persian, but it looks Polish slash Czech. Once they hear my first name and or my place of origin, they picture me as a brown Middle Eastern, just for some perspective. Sorry, hold on. Okay. Now the thing is, we seem to have completely different classifications of white people in European countries compared to the US/Canada. It usually includes Northwestern Europeans, ethnic Germans, Scandinavians, Dutch people, British, French, etc., Central and Eastern Europeans, Polish, Russian, Czech, Hungarian, etc., and to some degree Southern Europeans, Italian, Spanish, Greek, etc., though the latter with some caveats. If the skin tone is a bit too dark, they're usually intuitively classified as Mediterraneans. It not only refers to skin color, but also to ethnic background and their corresponding facial features, etc. For example, nobody here in Germany considers Hassan to be white. Literally everyone would classify him as Middle Eastern and see him the same as me. Because to us here in Germany, he clearly looks different from a European, and we seem to classify someone as white if they look like they are of European descent, which he clearly isn't. Basically, Turkish, Arabic, and Persian people are seen as the same in most European countries. Meanwhile, in the US, literally only the skin color seems to matter, which is why Hassan and Brittany are seen as white, and the same is by you EU and most of DGG. I realized this when Europeans from Germany and the Netherlands, etc., were downvoted into oblivion on DGG for stating that Hassan wouldn't be considered white in the Netherlands. It actually took me quite some time to understand why the US part of DGG thought like that. The case of Brittany, it's also weird for me. I never in my life would look at her and think, yep, she's white, like those people of German or Swedish ancestry. In my mind, she's clearly Middle Eastern, facial features, etc. I really can't describe it, my bad. Intuitively, this just makes sense to me, and to all the people I've asked to make sure. Just thought I might write you so that you get a different perspective. Would have made a thread on the sub, but Tanky's nuked my account. Maybe as a follow-up, better to describe it. Let's say Brittany would be walking down the street with her family, who, for the sake of this argument, are all brown. Nobody here in Germany would think, ah, that's probably the girlfriend of one of those Middle Easterners, or she's married into the family, definitely isn't blood related to them. But instead, the thought just is, ah, she's a bit lighter skinned than her family, and people directly assume that she's part of that group and blood related to them. Again, this is probably just because I'm a brown European, but Americans dismissing her experience as a POC, which from a European's perspective, she clearly is, and just calling her white is good cringe. Now, technically, it would depend on if she grew up in Europe or in America. I don't know where Brittany was born at, but just an interesting. Why do we care about Eurocucks? I don't know. Just an interesting perspective for you guys, okay? The one I will say, I don't know if I can pick out Middle Easterners or not, but I saw several comments in chat saying like, oh, like she's so white, like I would assume that she was Irish. I feel like I've seen Irish women before. Now, maybe it's just only ones on TV, but I don't think Brittany looks Irish at all. But maybe I'm insane, or you guys are deranged. But I don't know. You can go through the logs and look for that. I did not make that one up. That was all you guys. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What am I doing? Fuck. I'm not gonna be able to find this. Somebody called this an effort post. Was it this one? Oh, this. Fuck, you're right. I don't know if I want to. This post was unbelievable. I don't know what else to say. I don't know if I want to read it. There's so. I feel every time I read more posts, I feel more confident and comfortable in my position that you guys are just unhinged. People just accept whatever MrGirl says as so important and true and base, but everything Brittany says is brushed off immediately. I beg to differ. I don't think very many people understand MrGirl that well, including Destiny, as I've said above. First of all, I think I understand MrGirl very well. I find myself simping for MrGirl frequently because it doesn't seem like anyone has any idea about the things he says. I defend him basically by default, but trust me, if the jerk wave was the other way around, I'd be more critical of him. One of the most ridiculous ideas is that MrGirl is autistic, and the irony is that I think he's about as opposite to that as you can get. You need a pretty large amount of emotional intelligence, in my opinion, to be able to read what he's doing. He will sometimes explain these situations, mainly on his own stream between conversations, and his explanations seem to mostly line up with what I read between the lines. This reinforces to me that he is someone who isn't accidentally wandering into opinions, but has actually put a large amount of thought into them. I think a lot of people like MrGirl, but it sure feels like the vast majority of his audience and Destiny struggle immensely to absorb the message. I hate to say it, but you really do kind of have to watch a shitload of his videos to start to understand him. It isn't because you need to develop another dictionary for him, but it's more about taking things as they come. I have experienced this in my own real life a bit when blah, blah, blah. Let's see, hold on. Oh God, there was an even funnier sentence in here. Fuck, I'm not gonna be able to find it. This was just an unbelievably funny. Oh, maybe it's this. MrGirl and Brittany Simon have almost nothing in common, but Destiny seems to think of them as inextricably linked. Putting it in the most charitable way possible, Brittany has a meandering speaking style that relies on vagary to make several points. In any of the Destiny X Brittany convos, she will speak at some length, making multiple, sometimes contradictory points, and end it with, do you know what I mean? And Destiny will take a stab at what he thinks she meant, but the nature of her vagueness makes it possible for this to go with whatever direction makes her comfortable at the time. Don't mistake this to mean that she rolls with whatever Destiny says she means. On the contrary, she will sometimes say that he missed her point, but this again just suits the nature of the way she speaks without actually making a point. Charitability time, understand the idea of bubbles, and even levels, blah, blah, blah. Okay, hold on, let me see if I can find the next part of this. MrGirl, on the other hand, almost does the opposite, where he will freely state pretty much exactly what he means, shortcutting all of the pleasantries, but he is quite reluctant to hide anything behind euphemisms or vagueness. He is pretty straightforward, and if you don't agree with what he said, he can generally substantiate what he's saying without appealing to vague terms again. He has an exceedingly Freudian view, but you can connect the extreme statements back to several acceptable statements, which I think is partly what confuses Destiny. I think Destiny is one of the worst understandings of MrGirl, hence he constantly criticizes the manner with which he speaks, and Destiny's explanations, I find, often fall quite short of the thrust of the message. For example, Destiny says that MrGirl says things with the explicit purpose of throwing people off kilter. While I actually do agree this is a real thing, and aspects of his conversations necessarily include power dynamics, he doesn't call Brittany a cult leader just to throw her off her game. He said it, I believe, because he wants to convey the depth of his opinion without stepping around hurtful words. Instead of saying that she's in a bubble or she's level 2 or blah, 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 the critical distinction between the two, if you cannot see any other, is that fundamentally MrGirl thinks you can change and Brittany doesn't. Where do you even get this? I know that sounds backwards because Brittany accused MrGirl of this exact thing, but hear me out. MrGirl has spoken at length about his past, his relationships, particularly with his family, and how he can reset all of his relationships and boundaries. He also recommends therapy to everyone that calls into his show with issues and speaks at length in several videos about how humans are all fundamentally pretty much the same. On the other hand, Brittany pays lip service to this idea, but every time I see her commenting about particular personalities or traits, it is all essentializing. Level 1s can't become level 2s after all, and the nature of being in a bubble is pretty definitive. Doesn't Brittany literally say, like, 3s are on their way to 4s? Now, whether you think the bubble system is dumb or not, doesn't she literally give calls to people to try to improve their shit? Like, isn't this kind of a dumb point to make? Additionally, she's made a lot of offhand comments, like about how you couldn't understand loud families if you didn't grow up with one. That's not even a wrong statement. This is absolutely true. Now, I know there are exceptions to these, but I think I've fairly summarized it. I'm not saying Brittany never talks about change, but it just doesn't seem like to jive with it. It's interesting to me because, like, yeah, I don't know, fuck, I can never switch it, but, like, if Brittany had made statements, like, you guys jump over the, like, I can't actually fairly diagnose this. I have to be more critical than I even want to be because you guys are so brain dead. But, like, Brittany's statement about, like, how there's a group of people that if they kill themselves, the world would be better off, it's not even a controversial statement. And if I said something like that, all of you motherfuckers would agree with me. There are absolutely some, like, soul vampires on this planet where if they fucking disappeared, literally everybody around them would be better off. Now, they shouldn't kill themselves, and we shouldn't kill them, but that's not even a controversial statement, okay? Everybody in their life has known one person like this, or your jungler if you play League, true. Yeah, so it's just like, yeah, I don't know, I just think it's funny. But the, oh, fuck, I wish Brittany would have made statements on trans people like MrGirl did. Like, MrGirl thinks trans people aren't real. He thinks that if you are trans, you shouldn't do any surgery or anything. You should just suck it up. And if you are trans, you're delusional like a person with an eating disorder. If Brittany had said any of these statements, you would lose your mind. You would lose your mind over it. I don't even know if I've seen any threads with more than 50 comments that even criticizes MrGirl for his trans takes. Not that I would. Not that I've even been interested in it because we've talked about it and whatever. But, like, Jesus Christ. You guys are unhinged. What the fuck, he said that? He said that in like 3 different talks. Like, did you see the wannabe sad boy? I think I read this, but I think like most of the criticisms are things that I probably already agree with. Oh, I don't even think he had any criticism in here, right? Okay. Why? I don't think I'm allowed to do this. Do you remember the crypto shit that allowed you to place calls on different coins with like 50x margin? Apparently a lot of the crypto things will let you trade on huge margin. Destiny, when you said that you could see MrGirl making Brittany one argument, it did show a pretty huge misunderstanding of him that a lot of people picked up on. I understand both of these people better than any of you could. I'm sorry. The MrGirl could absolutely make a statement where he could say, like, this would be in the ballpark of something to say. He would never say, like, they should all go kill themselves. But Brittany didn't say that either. That's your guys' projection on her. There's not a clip where Brittany says, like, oh, yeah, one should commit suicide. That's not even a thing that has been said by her. All I said is that, like, I could see MrGirl making a statement where, like, if these people died, the planet would be better off, or something like that. But, like, he would obviously go on to say, like, they shouldn't kill themselves, they should get help, everybody should improve themselves. But, like, he could make, like, an edgy statement like that and then have, like, some other way to walk the meaning to something more reasonable. Do you think that some of his positions on trans people is reasonable beyond the most basic surface level imaginable, though? Wait, what do you mean? Do you actually think Brittany is politically uninvolved? She was basically on her way to becoming a Republican media person. Wasn't this like 8 years ago? It doesn't seem like she does any political content or much like now. I don't think any of our conversations have veered into any political topics. What did you think of the summary MrGirl gave at the end of his last talk? Wait, summary for what? Do you think you could have a more fruitful discussion off stream, since with a lot of online figures, MrGirl kind of de facto assumes he's talking to a public figure instead of a genuine private? I think my discussions with him on stream are fruitful. I enjoy my discussions with MrGirl. Look, the reason I don't play Stellaris. Oh, Stellaris coming. All this versus Vosh at 8 p.m.
I'm ironically misogynistic on the internet. Women suck. Dig it, Chad.
Shut the fuck up, virgin.
Please hear my MrGirl Brittany Simon Discord so I can make my own post. I don't. What I feel like for the little bit that I've had these people on my stream, they are occupying a lot of my subreddit. Jesus. I can promise not to play League of Legends today. Following better human being for it. If I don't, I'm alive as well as league player. Promising something, I had to take this conversation. I'm just going to refuse to promise whether he will commit to it. If I'm honest, it is honest after all. There's nothing to but if I refuse to play. Okay. Honest question about Fairy MrGirl. When she said she was afraid to be alone in a room with Max, I found the position ridiculous. Not because it's irrational out of fear, it's not, but because it seems that Sinner is far removed from whatever relationship they have. It seemed to me that was the reaction of MrGirl too. Why? Dude, you guys have autism. I don't know what else to say. Like, you're severely autistic. Like, I'm imagining you being on a first date with a Tinder girl. And she's like, oh, like, what was, why are you single now? What happened to your last relationship? It's like, oh, we're going to do a fight. I beat the shit out of her and, felony charges. And we broke up, obviously. And then the girl's like, what the fuck? And you're like, oh, no. We were, like, married. You're not even close. We're not even close to married. Why would you assume I'd beat the shit out of you, you stupid bitch? Okay? Totally different. I just don't know what to say. Yeah, I need to finish my. Are you capable of making a non-hyperbolic statement? How? You're dumb. Sorry, you're gone. I already passed this part of the ruble covering, but it's because the volume of transactions went down by like 99%. Is that true? I mean, he's saying that they, Lauren and Brittany, are disjudged because they're speaking as a public figure. I figure if he had these kind of talks in private, he wouldn't accuse them of lying about their positions as much and kind of connect with them more rather than being highly dismissive. Oh, possibly, sure. Someone's watched this week month, it seems like they've been on your stream for hours. Yeah, Brittany has been on my stream. Somebody correct me wrong. I think she's been on my stream 4 times ever, right? Or is it 3? Is it 3 times or 4 times ever? We had our first talk, second talk,
yes,
and
please
I think
unban me.
third
I'm sorry
talk.
for trolling during Elden Ring, but I feel so isolated.
And then she came on, I think, yesterday with Max. Has it been 4 times? They were kind of longer-ish talks. Sure, but like that's 4 times over the past like 4 months. I don't remember when we first talked. And then, but like if you look at my subreddit, it looks like I have these people on my stream every single fucking day. Holy shit. If you read my post, at least read the caveats instead of skipping it. Okay, link your post. Well, I'll read it. Link it. Go. This is the last post I'm doing on this. And then we're prepping Stellaris. Go. Destiny, you let that lawyer dude get away with the army would beat armed civilians argument. You keep letting people get away with it. Isn't true. Please don't let me be wrong. I wasn't here to argue about every fucking thing. Oh my God. I'm not here to stop an argument every fucking thing about whether or not an army would beat an armed population or whatever. That's not my goal. Please stop spamming. Destiny, you didn't push back when he said bottled water better than tap water. It depends on the source. Like every fucking possible conversation I have, you guys want to push back on every single fucking thing. It wasn't anything about what was being talked about. I don't fucking care. Please stop. Jesus Christ.
Love you, King.
No. Where was this guy's post? Okay, I'm reading this whole thing and then we're done. We're moving on from these people forever, okay? I don't know if I banned you for this. I probably should have. This is a King Autism post. Recently on stream, Destiny was having a hard time understanding criticism of Brittany, but couldn't express why Brittany is more than the insults portray her to be. I understand why people don't like her. I've said this a million times. I understand. She has a personality type, the way presenting herself. So you're already off to an autistic foot, but okay. First of all, let me be super clear. If you say stuff like, unironically at least, that Destiny's only offenders to get laid, then yeah, that is a ban. Second of all, I don't know why you're donating in the middle of my fucking speech, okay? Second of all, permabans are cringe. Switch to don't care. Thirdly, I'm a fan of MrGirl. That's not mean I'm a MrGirl simp, but it means I've watched a lot of his content. I might have a better understanding than you do. Okay, cool. The Jordan Peterson argument. I hesitate to ever use the word fan, but it is used for shorthand. It's used for shorthand. I think when a lot of people say the word fan, there is a connotation that no matter what you do, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Fourthly, I have a lot of opinions about the psyche of MrGirl, Brittany, Simon, and Destiny, but I will refrain from delving into this too much because it takes too much substantiation to explain, blah, blah, blah. Lastly, before I get started, there's a high chance this results in a permaban. Why? You're so... Okay. You're taking a one-day break just for being so brave. You're so brave. 07 for when I get banned, guys. Okay, all right. Now that we've got this out of the way. Calling someone, insert insult tied to gender, is not inherently misogynistic. I recall this conversation about Brittany long ago in which Destiny called her a bimbo sarcastically. I countered Op's comment by explaining by definition that she is a bimbo. I didn't use that word. Someone else did, but it came up, and people were acting like it was so ridiculous. I thought I would engage with that and defend it since there is truth to my opinion. An attractive and unintelligent, frivolous young woman. This sums up most of the critical opinions of her. I think she's attractive, I think she's unintelligent, and I think she's frivolous. Personally, I don't like to use the word bimbo because it seems needlessly mean when you just describe it instead. My whole point about arguing this is that you can say that you shouldn't say it, but okay. I don't think using a certain word against somebody is necessarily like a bad thing, depending, but like you have to substantiate it with more, right? That's the point. If I were to go live, if you were to look up like Destiny criticizes Hassan's position on Ukraine, and then you open the video and it's just me calling Hassan a himbo 15 times, I haven't really done a good job. Like it kind of just seems like I don't like attractive men or Turkish men, right? That's what it seems like, because now what are we actually saying? That's the point of like, this is the least insightful. Okay. Do you remember when she was talking to Destiny High? This is the least insightful conversation I ever listened to, and it constantly led to her rambling, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Similarly, I don't think it's fair to call Destiny a sociopath, but there are aspects of it that ring true. You're not ableist or whatever for saying this. I don't know how that's comparison. Okay. TLDR, it is fair to fight the anti-jerk way by tempering whatever people say, even if it involves an insult. Saying that Destiny is simping or just wants to fuck a woman isn't inherently misogynistic. Strictly on optics alone, I get why this is irritating. In reality, though, this is more a product of the above example. If Destiny says someone has a lot of emotional intelligence, but it appears to me that she is severely lacking emotional intelligence, I don't think it's unreasonable to express that this person brings nothing of value, yet Destiny wants to continue engaging with them in conversation, so when you need an explanation on the fly... then you need an explanation on the fly. Saying he's simping is just shorthand for, I don't see what value he derives from speaking to her. Not necessarily as Destiny put it, she has zero value aside from sex. I know this sounds similar, but I don't think it's the same thing, and I definitely don't think a large amount of people who legitimately look at her as a walking sex doll. I will say, however, this is understandable, and I wouldn't even be mad if you made this a ban policy. I'm just saying, whenever you see simp, it might not be some insidious misogyny lurking. Okay, so, like, here, okay, if you watch my content, okay, there are 3 reasons why you might watch me. Either 1, it's because you're extremely attracted to me. 2, you think I'm a godlike League of Legends player. Or 3, you think I have something relatively insightful to say about political or social stuff or interpersonal stuff. Now, if I had to guess, I'm going to say the majority of people fall into bucket 3, okay? That would be my guess, is that most people fall into that bucket, okay? If you think that I'm at least somewhat insightful, or more so than the average YouTuber, then why the fuck would you think I would bring some bitch onto my stream for multiple times just to simp for her to fuck her? Like how, and that could be the only possible thing. Like you can't possibly think of any other reason. Like maybe there's something Destiny gets out of this, that must be it. That's the only thing. Like if I had enough hot Russian babes coming into my stream, would I switch my position on Ukraine and Russia? Like it is actually just cringe when I open a thread and there are 30 comments like, God, she's so hot. Ironically, I think this isn't even that bad in doses. It's fine to comment on people's physical appearances, but anything as weird is like the most antisocial thing I've ever seen. I think this guy is just, you're just, okay. If you are a woman and you wonder, if you're a woman and you wonder, some people think you had redacted on stream at first just to try and fuck her. I don't. If anybody emails me with anything saying I have a master's degree, you want to talk, I almost always have those people on though, guy or girl, right? Like that doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even fit for redacted. Like it. Or even when I'm talking to married women, people think I'm just trying to fuck them, like Lauren or Eurodite, the latter of who also has a master's in psych, and that's the only reason she got on stream. The if you're a woman, Destiny, I've been following Brittany Simon for like 7 fucking years. Then you talk to her once and she goes fucking nuts and anti-Semitic. Coincidence? She's not. I hate you, Eris. Kill yourself. Okay. You also horny posted about Lauren multiple times when you were high. I don't even know what you're talking about. Okay. Number one. Hold on. The amount of my mind is just being blown by chat. I have to push against the chat. I have to push against the chat. Okay. I'm looking over here now. I'm trying to collect my thoughts. There's just so much stupid shit. It's just, oh, the Tristana cosplay. Do you think the Tristana cosplay was me horny posting at Lauren, or do you think it was me shit posting about League? Wait, hold on. I have to do it. I gotta do a poll. I have to do a poll. Hold on. Hold on. I just need to know. I just need to know. Oh, I fucked it up. I fucked it up. You guys are deranged. Why would I? Let's say if I was to hypothetically construct a world where I was trying to fuck a married person, don't you think I would be trying to be as subtle about this as possible? like imagine I tweet a bunch of shit out like this and Lauren announces in like 2 weeks, she's like, oh, by the way, I'm pregnant. Like, don't you think that would make me look insane? Like, even if I'd never met her in my life, people would be accusing me of like some crazy shit. Do you no, you're okay. You guys are actually just insane. So you think, I don't even know what to say. Okay. I just need to be gay for stream. Please stop. Chat is trolling you. It's obvious. I thought my trolling was obvious. I don't know now. You don't have to be serious about it, but you know you would want to if she said yes. Bro, I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. Okay? The only fucking lead character I've ever jerked to is fucking Ari or Katarina or the humans. I don't like Yordles. You guys are actually crazy. You guys are insane. You guys are unhinged. And it was only Ari and the Katarina because they were in the same fucking video, okay? I wouldn't even have done 2. Okay, Ari is 15? No, she was aged magically in the video that I watched. Okay, where were we at? Oh, Jesus. Okay, before the deluge of idiocracy. What are you guys doing? Please stop. Oh, okay. If you are a woman and you join a community and that community is talking about another woman and all they're saying is shit like, I want to fuck the shit out of her. She's hot, but she's fucking retarded, but she's so fucking hot and she's like a bimbo dipshit. Like, this is part of the reason why women don't hang out in any online communities, because that type of like rhetoric like is the most drives women away from any fucking community ever. Like, we can use like level 17 logic to try to say why it's not actually misogynistic, but if you are in a community and like, oh, why does Destiny talk to her? Oh, because he's trying to fuck her. That's literally the only conceivable reason why. This feels like one of those things that's like so self-evident to me that I would have to think a lot on how far back I would have to start building to get you to understand that point. I'm going to ask you to just trust me on this, okay? I'm going to ask you to just trust me on this, all right? Destiny, not true. Remember all those comments about Pisco, Wicked Stream's appearances when they show up? Ophelia, you're not a real human, okay? You're I can't make the joke. Fuck, I can't make the joke because we're on the anti-misogyny arc. Never mind. Stop doing this. Oh, shit. What's the percentage of women you've had on stream that you've made sex with? I have had sex with 100% of the people's moms that I've had on stream, okay? That's all you need to know. And I've never had a person's mom on stream. Is posting COOMER every time a woman appears on screen misogynistic? It's like, I don't know how much I have to, I don't know how much work I have to do. It's very othering, okay? If you're in a community and you're a woman and another woman appears on screen and everybody starts typing COOMER, it just feels a little bit weird. It's not one of those things where like, like this is what makes it even harder. It would almost be better if like a woman appeared on stream and you were like, I fucking hate women and I want to kill them all. Because then at least somebody can point to that person and go, bro, that's a little bit fucked up, okay? That's a little bit fucked up. But when everybody just like spam shit like COOMER and stuff, you can't even really say it's fucked up because like, well, is it fucked up? Is it even, but it makes you feel really weird. Okay. It's a really weird feeling. Okay. That's all I'm saying. It's like posting like, come on, bro, or try hard. Like every time somebody mentions like crime or something or, what? I wish you guys could just joke without Destiny. Since when are you such a sensitive little bitch? It's just jokes, mate. I'm not sensitive. You're retarded. That's the problem, okay? I want to be able to joke. I want to be able to make racist jokes and sexist jokes and homophobic jokes because a lot of them are funny, okay? I can't do that though because as soon as we start making those jokes, you guys become racists, misogynists, and homophobes. That's the issue. That's the problem. You guys law yourself into some crazy fucking shit where you guys are making effort posts explaining why it's not actually sexist to call somebody a stupid cunt and then to say that Destiny's simping for them just because they want to fuck them and then making huge posts where you only talk about like how much you want some woman to fucking step on you. Like when we've hit that point and then people are upvoting it and agreeing with this, like, we got some meme shit, but the most upvoted comment that's not meme shit, 57 points. Hey man, great post summing a lot of things I thought about the situation. Like, honestly, this all makes me realize that Destiny is just as vulnerable to criticism as he claims his detractors are. And when he is criticized, he simply shuts down with bans, ad homs, and funnily enough, web pinning cancellation, which he reports being done to him all the time. This entire arc has really made me rethink all the claims he makes about himself being more open to criticism compared to his streaming peer. Like, bro, are you fucking serious? Like, half of this effort post is explaining why we can like have threads with 30 comments about women's appearances, call Destiny a simp who's just trying to fuck a bitch and that's the only reason he wants to talk to her, and we should be able to call her a bitch because it's not necessarily like, what the fuck are you, what is this post where this is like the insane Olympic gymnastics here for like, holy shit, you guys are unhinged. Okay, you guys are unhinged. We need to, people in chat note, people in the subreddit noticed the schizo post email sent you guys on a bad path, okay? And we need to bring it back. If you are a woman and you hate men, I need you to email me your experiences, okay? I need a schizo emailer, female out there, so that we can set ourselves back right. We need to we need to write the course. We need a dramatic readjustment, okay? I wish I had, it sucks that I finally found people that I, like, I wish you guys could maintain a healthy level of hatred. There's like, this is the balance I walk every day, okay? This is why I'm the internet's most loved deranged figure. Okay, people down here are boring. They have no level of hatred, okay? You can't have fun in life if you're not hating people, all right? But then there is a gradual climb where you're filled with more and more hatred. And you know what? There's this ideal zone right here, like right around here in this area, where you got a lot of hatred for the world, but you keep it in check. You don't go over the top. And then you have the truly hateful people that tip the scale. Look, everything is absorbed by the hatred, and now it's completely fucked, okay? Like them or hate them, both Brittany and MrGirl are good in that they get the community riled up. I like that. I like people that are able to do that. But you guys have let it boil over. And what is the result? Do I have to go back to talking to boring fucks and playing League of Legends? Is that what you want? You want me to bring on the 487th lefty to talk about communism, or the 581st conservative to talk about how they don't understand that if an immigrant takes a job, one job taken is one job lost, like that I have to explain basic econ for the 4 trillionth time? Do you want another vegan debate? Do you want another abortion debate? Like, you guys need to maintain, okay? You guys need to maintain a healthy level of hatred. If you hate MrGirl, or if you hate Brittany, that's fine. That's good. Let that hate power you, okay? Into making good posts and into being engaged. Okay? But don't let it bubble over into insanity.